Love in the Future is the fourth studio album by American R&B and soul singer John Legend. The album was released on August 30, 2013. The album, executive produced by Legend, Kanye West and Dave Tozer, features guest appearances from Kimbra, Rick Ross, Stacy Barthe and Seal. Background: in August 2013, during an interview with XXL, John Legend spoke about how long it took him to finish the album, saying, "Well, I did the Wake Up album with the Roots in 2010, so ETA unregistered trademark's really only been 3 years in my mind, because I put as much energy and time into that as I would my own album. Then I did some shows with them and I toured with Sard, so I spent a decent amount of time on the road, and then I spent the past couple of years on the album. It took a little longer on this album than on previous albums, but ETA unregistered trademark really just a year off my pace." He also spoke about working with Kanye West on the album, saying, "I worked with Kanye more on this album than I had before, and I think part of it is just us connecting and getting together to create, given how busy he is and how busy I am. Just finding time for us to work together kind of added a little bit of extra time to the process. But I think it was worth it." He also spoke about how he feels this is his best album yet, saying, "I feel like ETA unregistered trademark's my best album yet, and I think creatively, we did some great things. The collaboration and the talent that we have on the album is better than we ETA unregistered trademark they ever had. As far as producers, co-writers and people just helping shape the sound, I feel like Kanye ETA unregistered trademark's leadership was great in helping to do that. I really feel good about it." Singles: the album's lead single, Who Do We Think We Are featuring Rick Ross was released on March 25, 2013. On May 6, 2013, the music video was released for the single. The album's second single Made to Love was released on June 18, 2013, and the music video was released on August 1, 2013. All of Me impacted American mainstream urban radio as the album's third single on August 12, 2013. On October 2, 2013, the music video was released for All of Me. All of Me has since peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the highest charting song from the album and John Legend's first number 1 single of his career. You and I was serviced to urban adult contemporary radio in the United States on April 29, 2014, as the fourth single. Critical response: Love in the Future was met with generally positive reviews from music critics. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from critics, the album received an average score of 72, which indicates generally favorable reviews, based on 10 reviews. Andy Kellman of AllMusic gave the album 4 out of 5 stars, saying this is a heavy, laboriously made set of songs. The list of producers alone includes Hit Boy, Pink, 88 Keys, The Runners, Doc McKinney, Q-Tip, and Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Kanye West and Dave Tozer pile on as co-producers and co-executive producers. Perhaps they ensured that the whole album would have its dramatic, slightly eerie tone. Even the covers of Bobby Caldwell's Open Your Eyes, and Anita Baker's Angel are a little uneasy. That level of sonic indulgence seems like it should be incompatible with an artist who is, essentially, a piano man, but Love in the Future is among Legend's best work, made for couples who are into one another for the long term while feeling a little daring and crazy. Molloy Woodcraft of The Observer gave the album 3 out of 5 stars, saying John Legend's fifth studio album is a far cry from his last, 2010's consciousness-raising, full-tilt collaboration with The Roots, Wake Up. The sound is positively paired in comparison, produced and programmed by the likes of Kanye West and Dave Tozer. Legend's voice is excellent throughout and comes to the fore on ballads such as All of Me. Sal Cinquemani of Slant magazine gave the album 3 out of 5 stars, saying at 16 tracks, the album moves surprisingly fast, with few songs outstaying their welcome, but it ultimately fails to successfully push Legend into the future. Logan Smithson of Pop Matters gave the album an 8 out of 10, saying whether ETA unregistered trademark they fallen victim to cuffing season or ETA unregistered trademark re simply looking for some good music, Love in the Future can be your album. One could even make a very strong case for Love in the Future being Legend a unregistered trademark's best album to date. At USA Today, Jerry Shriver gave the album 3.5 stars out of 4, writing that Legend has crafted a deeply romantic and soulful dowry. John Dolan of Rolling Stone gave the album 3.5 stars out of 5, saying on Legend's fourth LP, executive producer Kanye West helps give him a plush, nuanced palette to match his signature emotional generosity and strong sensuality from mountainous piano crushes like All of Me to the Beginning, which flips a freaking cerebral sample into a promise of endless baby-making rapture. And you know he's gonna cook the fuck out of some breakfast in the morning. Ryan B. Patrick of Exclaim gave the album a 5 out of 10, saying Love in the Future? Speaking of which, any forthcoming John Legend documentary should be titled The Curious Case of John Stevens. For a musical prodigy that first burst out of the gate with a lively debut album, Legend has settled into a languid musical stride, one akin to a Las Vegas lounge singer. Ken Capobianco of the Boston Globe gave the album a positive review, saying don't unregistered trademark T be fooled by the title of John Legend a unregistered trademark's fourth solo record, as the music actually looks backward to sweeping romanticism and pop formalism. All of Legend a unregistered trademark's strengths are present, keen melodies, smooth vocal understatement, and artful arrangements. Essentially, the disc plays like a love letter to his fiancée, supermodel Chrissy Teigen, yet it resonates. Julia LeConte of Now gave the album 3 out of 5 stars, saying overall, this sounds like classic John Legend. There is something wonderful about a timeless performer not bending to current musical fads. If Italian a unregistered trademark T Brocchi a commercial performance, the album debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart, with first-week sales of 68,000 copies in the United States. In its second week the album sold 30,000 more copies. As of August 13, 2014, the album has sold 595,000 copies in the United States. In the United Kingdom, the album debuted at number 28, making it Legend's lowest-charting studio album at the time, and initially spent only 1 week in the top 40, dropping 36 places to number 64 in its second week. However, the success of All of Me caused it to re-enter the top 40 at number 36 in the chart dated February 16, 2014. Love in the Future has so far spent 26 weeks in the top 40 and has reached a new peak of number 2, making it his highest charting album to date and only his second album to reach the UK top 10. Accolades. In December 2013 it was announced that Love in the Future had been nominated for Best R&B Album at the 2014 Grammy Awards. Track listing, notes, track listing and credits from album booklet. A signifies a co-producer, B signifies an additional producer, charts, certifications, release history, references.